All right, so we got here is a 1988 Mazda 323 GTX. This is a US spec car, which everyone will note because one of the few cars we have is actually left-hand drive. But this one is a very rare car. They made 5,000 of them worldwide and 1,243 of them only for the United States. It's probably one of the nicest ones that is still left. Wow. This one, when I got it, was kind of rough, so we did a full paint restoration on it. We painted the whole car. And the transmission was rebuilt. So that's the biggest problem that goes wrong on these cars is the transmission. Being an all-wheel drive Mazda, it's an exclusive transmission to this car. They don't make any extra parts because they only made 5,000 of these cars. So getting parts was hard, and I had my guy custom rebuild the transmission for it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite the task. I upgraded speakers, radio, alarm system, and I did the cardboard panels in the rear that cover the rear hatch were flaking, so we did some custom cut plastic there, little things. But it is incredibly clean inside and out. All right, so car has an HKS catback as well. There we go. You can see over here, right on the center there, it's got the full-time four-wheel drive center lock diff. You can lock it into four-wheel drive basically, wow. Which is one of the things that make this thing special being a rally car.
That's pretty cool.
Which is really, really neat.
More awesome 80s stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Wow, look at the cluster here too.
Yeah, cluster's an all digital. I don't know how well you can see it, but it is an all digital cluster. Which is really unique.
Very cool.
And then you get little things like I can adjust the side bolstering right here.
Oh,
wow. You can adjust how bolstered it is. Yeah. I mean, it's really unique stuff with this. So take it out real quick. Now this one will make a turbo noise like you've never heard before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first time I drove it, I didn't understand what sound it was making.
Is it a good noise?
It's a good noise, but it's definitely different. You hear all turbo in this car, and it's not the standard turbo you expect to hear.
I'm gonna have to turn the air down to hear it.
Turn it up a little bit. You'll hear it. It gets loud when I get on it. Because this thing, like a rally car, doesn't really make any power below about 4,000 RPM. So once it makes power, it doesn't. You'll see when we get on the road. I'm gonna floor it.
Yeah.
And you'll wait. When you hear the turbo spool, then it'll make power. It's got an upgraded Cork Sport turbo on it, as well as a Ford Probe intercooler.
Oh wow!
Because it's a larger size intercooler you can use. So.
Oh wow! Dude, that's crazy. Oh man! Wow, it sounds like a supercharger.
It does sound like a supercharger, which is why I got like, what is that when I first started driving it? But wow. It's the upgraded turbo. That's the way it sounds in this car, which is really strange.
That's cool. So you get that going with some nice REO Speedwagon or some Def Leppard in the background.
Exactly.
Car screams just like the big hair bands, man. That's fucking awesome.
It's awesome. And this thing is it's so unique because it is so rare. Wow. I had a really cool experience the other day. Coming down I-Drive, I had dinner with a friend driving this, and as I was leaving, I heard someone shouting. I was like, what in the world is that? So I look over, and it's a guy in an IS300 hanging out, waving his arms, screaming at the top of his lungs. It's like, So I rolled the window down, and he goes, "Hey, is that a 323 GTX?" And I'm like, "How do you know what this is?"
Wow.
There's, you know, it's such a rare car that, you know, I've only had like 2 other people actually recognize and know what this car is that didn't know about it beforehand.
That's really cool. So I'm kind of curious as how many of you guys out there, you know about these cars, or if you have a special story with these that you'd like to share, go ahead and put it in the comment section below, because, you know, that's one of the cool things about, you know, the car community is we all kind of have our campfire stories, and one of the things I enjoy the most is reading those comments and interacting with you guys. So this thing is pretty rowdy, man.